All right, welcome to today's Tech Talk Tuesday. And today's topic, we're gonna go ahead and give you an overview on the differences between using OEM panels and reproduction panels on your restoration project. Now, this topic is of course very close to home right now, since I just picked up the 1974 Plymouth Barracuda project, and it's gonna require a lot of metal replacement. And so it begs the question, do you go OEM panels or do you go reproduction? Now, for me in this project, if this had been 10, 15 years ago when the reproduction panel market wasn't what it is today, I probably would have passed on this project. But because of the availability of reproduction panels that we have now and the quality of them, it makes taking this project a much easier pill to swallow. Now, that being said, there are advantages and disadvantages to both using OEM panels and reproduction panels. So when it comes to things that bolt on, like doors and fenders and hoods and things like that, you can go either way. New old stock panels, reproduction panels, used panels, any of these will work. It just depends on which type of work you want to have to do. Now, the nice thing that the original panels have over the reproduction panels is they came from the original tooling from the factory. And so you're guaranteed, for the most part, these parts are gonna fit and are gonna have the right thickness metals, and all the design features are gonna be right, things like that. And it's definitely a huge plus. That being said, their price of new old stock panels can be astronomical, and unless you're doing a super rare car that's going to be a really high value car when you're done, it's probably not cost effective to go ahead and hunt down those new old stock panels. Plus, with these cars being 50, 60 years old, this amount of supply for new old stock panels has been depleting over the years, and so finding new old stock panels is quite the challenge, and you can spend countless hours just trying to find the parts. Now, using used panels, those of course are somewhat available, but of course those also are depleting as time goes on, as more of these other cars are getting restored and less used panels become available. So there are definitely a lot of pluses to having the used and new old stock panels. Your upfront work though, especially on used panels versus new old stock panels, is you're gonna have to do a lot of prep work, strip things down to bare metal, get things straightened out if they're bent or tweaked, and get everything ready to go before you install it. The plus side though is your finish work afterwards, after the install, is going to be less than on a reproduction panel. Because as good as the reproduction panels are, there's still some massaging that needs to be done oftentimes to make them fit on your specific vehicle. Now, whether or not that makes a big difference to you, whether you want to do your paint up front with some massaging and metal prep, or if you want to do your paint afterwards with the finish work, that's really up to you on which way you want to go. For me, I prefer dealing with the paint afterwards of the massaging and getting everything perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and use a lot of reproduction panels on this 74 Barracuda project, because it's just makes things a lot easier for me. Instead of trying to spend countless hours hunting down all these original parts, I can just go ahead, give AMD a call, and have them send me whatever panels that I need for this project. Sure, they're not totally perfect. There's going to be some tweaking, some alignment, some massaging that has to be done, but at the same time, the price point is going to be lower than trying to find original parts on the Barracuda side, because there are so few of these cars built in the first place. And so I don't want to have to spend countless hours hunting down all these parts, trying to get deals on all these parts, because at the end of the day, while my time is free on this project, it's still time is money. And if I spend 20 hours plus looking for an original part and then have to spend another 20 hours of work getting it ready before I install it, I could have just spent 5 minutes placing the order for the part and spent 10 or 15 hours massaging it after it's installed. And so it just makes the process that much simpler for myself. So I hope you found this information useful as always. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button, give us that thumbs up. It helps me out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with all of my uploads I do in the future, don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below and ring that notification bell as well, because we will be going through more technical tips on restoration stuff, especially as we get further involved in this Barracuda project. And I've always, as always, I've also included links in the description below for the vlogging equipment and the detailing products that I use as well. Clicking on those links helps me out and the channel out, keeps things going, and helps things grow. And as always, guys, I will see you the next video.